to anticipate many moves ahead. It's very, very similar to that. And it's just a fun mind game more than every. So what happens for me is in poker and in life, I get a little bored by bullies. In poker, they're called deep pockets, the people who don't have as much respect for money, and they'll just kind of splash it around playing any cards. They don't really care. They just like to gamble.
Those are gamblers.
Yeah.
They're not playing the game.
That's exactly right. And those players don't interest me. They bore me to tears.
And you're a long-term thinker, so you are playing the game, being aware of all the people, but you're also playing it by the laws of probabilities. You don't make stupid moves just because you feel like taking a risk.
In the tournament especially, I learned I don't need to be right. And that was a great lesson for life, actually, because we all need to be right most of the time. It comes down to opinion at some point, right? I mean, the news is no longer the news. It's opinions.
All opinions.
Yeah. So it seems like we gather our friends these days, I think, by two things: a similar sense of humor and a similar opinion about most things, anyways. So, yeah, right? So I found in poker, in the tournament, my goal, as it will be again this year, I'll start just after 4th of July, the main event will start again. Hollywood Poker kind enough to get me back in the action. I'll be patched up like a NASCAR driver. Is to avoid bad luck, and I don't need to be right. That's the key. I just need to survive.
And you touched on table position. Sometimes you're kind of forced into play, and sometimes you can sit and watch, right?
Yeah.
And
first of all,
know
settle
when that
down.
is.
That's my first request, is that you settle down.
Settle down.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because I play in a few tournaments myself, and my dream is to play in the World Series of Poker.
I'm about to make that dream come true.
Hey, I would love to, man. Seriously, I will go down there.
Could you imagine?
You need 10 grand, Joe.
They had me in a
Would your wife let you take 10 grand to go to Vegas?
No. But I would. Kevin Pollak, if he gave me 10 grand, she would let that happen.
Kickstarter.
Kickstarted.
Well, I played.
Say my dream. That's right. Say my dream has been to, and you have enough fans in this audience that people would sponsor you.
They gave me an entry into a tournament to host it years ago here, and there was 300 people, I think, and a lot of the pros were there. The magician, what's his name? Asfare or
David Blaine?
No, Antonio Asfare.
Antonio Esfandari.
Yeah.
He just won the big million. Last year.
He got knocked out. Everybody got knocked out, and it's the final table. I'm there, and they're putting a microphone on me, and the cameras come out and everything. I never played, ever seriously, but I finished 10th in that one.
How many people played?
300, I think. I won like $4 grand. But that was
only you
that gave me the bug. Ever
doubled that $4 grand and then got a couple more, you could play in the main event.
I spent that years ago.
No, I understand.
Years ago.
I understand.
But I'd love to do that sometime. And everybody thinks that's what's nice about poker. I know I can't hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. I know I can't go out there.
You can catch a card at any time.
But I think everybody thinks that maybe I could do that.
Well, we have enough casinos around here that do the satellite tournaments where you just have to do like $300 to get in and
play your way
in. Yeah. You got to do that.
A lot of satellite tournaments. She is 100% right. What the hell is your problem?
What's your problem,
a wife, a child, and I don't have 13 hours a day, because it does take a lot of time.
Oh, well, then we're done talking.
Wait a minute. Kevin Pollak is really, really busy. I'm sure he doesn't have 13 hours a day to practice poker. He's doing all of this other stuff.
You just have to set aside 1 week out of your life.
Yeah, you have to be in the moment.
Yeah, man.
You have to be. But you know what you do have, Joe? There's a skill Joe has. You can tell by looking at his eyes.
Wilford Brimley impersonation?
That's a gift.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joe communicates with his eyes incredibly well, and he can be deceptive. He can be cagey. He has all of those things that when you were describing what it's like to play poker, I think he could do it.
You could give off false tells. You could,
Well, my main tell is I look pretty dumb. I look like I probably don't know what I'm doing.
They will not see you coming.
Yeah, exactly. And I snuck my way all the way to 10th, So
yes, you did.
So I'd like to try.
In fact, if you say things like, is it on me? Is it to me? If you put that out there, if you give little subtle, not too much, just a little bit, because they'll be watching you.
Yeah.
Don't repeat it.
Now you'd figure out if he was like say you're trying to figure it out.
Yes.
There are guys that try to do that. The old Southern look a little dumb.
Oh,
thing.
you betcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the advantage I don't have. In fact, the opposite. If you have any sort of celebrity, and you sit down, you also have a bullseye on your face because people want to tell their friends they knocked you out.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So if you're unknown, you get to play a character when you sit down.
And they get to wonder about it.
And they get to wonder
All
about
we need to
it.
do is get Joe one of those black shirts with the flames going up
Yeah.
the side. And you'll be all
That Guy
set.
Fieri look.
What is with that? Why do they all have
It's
those
sexy.
ridiculous shirts?
Sexy.
Man, they got to dress
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. Or worse.
How about stains? Are stains an advantage for him when he goes? I mean, look at him.
Look at his shirt. Yeah.
He catches everything.
It's a catch-all.
When would stains not be in it?
There you go. That's what I thought.
Is that a scenario?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Kevin.
Yes.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
We ended up our 10-minute interview was 20 minutes, and
You're welcome.
We really enjoyed your company. You're fascinating to talk to.
Well, I can't wait to come back and speak with you again.
All right. Kevin Pollak is performing this weekend. He's going to be, where is he? ParlorLive.com, and we have a link at BobRivers.com if you want to get tickets.
Fantastic.
Over in Bellevue, are you a pool hustler? They have a lot of pool tables over
They
there.
have pool tables at.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Parlor Live is a nice pool hall.
Do you? I mean, when you're on the road, do you like go to a casino and play poker or anything like that?
When I'm in a beautiful town like this, I'm doing a little more sightseeing than I am sitting around a table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like Seattle?
I do. I'm originally from San Francisco. They feel a little bit like sister cities with the water and the hills and the topography.
Okay. Will you walk around parks and go see like?
Again, I don't think that's your business.
Yeah. Kevin Pollak sightings. We'll have an app where you can see where he is at any time. Also, I am going to download your podcast.
Thank you.
It sounds very, very fascinating. Tell me the details on that again.
Kevin Pollak's Chat Show on iTunes or the KevinPollakChatShow.com or Earwolf, and then Talkin' Walkin'.
Talkin' Walkin'.
Yeah, Walkin' is spelled I-N instead of E-N. That way his
money
family
reasons.
can't sue me.
That was the answer to
Yeah,
that question.
that's at TalkinWalkin.com and also iTunes.
And we should have put in your intro. You have a new book, How I Slept My Way to the Middle.
Yes, sir. Available in every possible way you can get a book these days.
Kevin Pollak, all the best.
Thank you. Great to see you.